What's poppin' YouTube, and welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse, Biggie Hippie, back with another video for y'all. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the Taurus Moon, and I'll pause for the cause. If you don't know what a moon sign is, if you don't know that you have planets inside of you, I'm gonna drop links to videos that you must watch before you watch this one. It's my first two videos explaining why astrology is very real, very important for your life, to know who you are, your purpose, and all that. Second video is talking about the planets that we have inside of us. And then if you don't know what your moon sign is, if you don't know how to read it, something called a natal chart, a birth chart, I'll drop a link of the video in the description box of showing you how you can look at your natal chart to determine what moon sign you have. So now all that's out the way, without further ado, let's get it popping, shall we? We're gonna talk about the Taurus Moon. Before I start, you already know I'm gonna drop some celebrities so y'all could like visualize like the kind of energy that Taurus Moon people have. Now we have Cassie. Now I'm gonna pause on Cassie for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna come back to Cassie, but we got Cassie, we got Bob Dylan, we got Cameron Diaz, Elton John, Jessica Alba, and Dennis Rodman. That's kind of hard finding Taurus Moon people for some reason. So that's like the core, like the most famous Taurus Moon people I found. But with Cassie has been like a Taurus Moon, or Taurus in general, is like a slow and steady sign. And Cassie has, like, if y'all don't know, or if you do know, has been like dating P. Diddy. I don't know if they're dating anymore, but she's been dating P. Diddy for like over 10 years and they never got married. Like, she's been in that relationship. Now, picture this in your head and like keep it in your head. She's been in that relationship for over 10 years and has still not got married to this man. So Taurus Moon people have a tendency to like be so like slow to changing and so steady that they'll like stay stuck in a situation for as long as they need to be, because they don't like to change quickly. They do everything like slow movements and thinking through every single con and pro to a situation before they change. Now, before I move on, if you have your moon in Taurus, it's something called, it's an exalted sign, or it's exalted in your moon. So Taurus is exalted in the moon, meaning it's the best placement for Taurus to be is in the moon. Or the moon sign, the best placement for the moon sign is Taurus. It's exalted because moon sign is emotions. If y'all don't know, moon is emotions. Moon is how your mother was. Your mother, the way you were nurtured as a child, the way your mother treated you as a child, determines how you're going to be emotionally when you're growing up. If you were being treated like shit when you were younger and you had all that emotion built up, if you were like in a dysfunctional family and like the way you had to survive in that family, like it was all like dysfunctional and it was built up, and the way you had to survive in that situation, it carries on to you when you grow up and you become older. You get in relationship with people, you start to turn back to your childhood and how you were treated then to how you're being treated at the present moment. So emotions is all about how you were nurtured as a mother, how you were nurtured as a child, and how you overcame all those obstacles. So if you're going through like emotional turmoil right now, or if you're not too sure of why you treat people the way you treat people, look back to your childhood and that will tell you a lot. So having a Taurus moon means that your mother was like a Taurus type mother, was like a very practical person, was very slow to changing, most likely like she was old school in her, like very set in her ways, very old school, very like you knew what she was doing, like you knew like her plans, you knew like how she was gonna move, because she was very like the same thing every day, very stable as well though. And also Taurus represents possessions and money and the finer things in life. So like all the earth signs rule the material realm of the world. Earth is materialism or materialness. Every single material possession we have, clothes, like shoes, toys, cars, possessions, even money, the paper money, every single material possession, chains, anything is made from materials from this earth. So being an earth sign, Taurus, it rules the material realm of this earth. So Taurus, they feel most at peace, they feel most stable when they have a lot of material possessions around them. So knowing this, if you're a Taurus moon, if you have Taurus energy, know that you have a tendency to be more on the materialistic side. But it's not that you're materialistic and like you're evil or something. It's just that you feel stable, you feel secure when you have a lot of material possessions around you, because that's what your energy is. Earth, Taurus, ruled by Venus, which is also love and beauty. They are attracted to beautiful things. Like they love beautiful things, things that smell good, taste good. So you feel most secure when you have a lot of material possessions around you. Now the reason why the moon is exalted in Taurus, because Taurus being steady, moon is emotions, so you have a steadiness to your emotions. I'm not saying you don't get mad or you don't cry or you don't go through things, but when you do go through things, because you're so slow to changing and slow to moving, it's like you calculate everything in a slow manner. Like you take a step back and you just like, you're always like cool, calm, collected. Usually like you're very, earth signs are usually like very like on the outside, they're very like stable and grounded, down to earth, like cool, calm, collected. They don't like snap really quick like a fire sign or air sign. They're just very like, cool, calm, collected, patient, slow to moving, slow to anger. But once you get them mad, it's like when you keep poking at them, just like Taurus, the bull just wants to chill. But once you get him mad by waving that red flag, and once you start fucking with it, then it gets mad as hell and it goes 0 to 100 quick fast. Like it just flips quick fast. But it takes a long time to get them mad. It builds up. Taurus moon people, it takes them a long time to get mad, but once you get them mad, it's over. So understand that if you're fucking with them and they look like they're not caring, or they're not really like, it looks like you're not getting to them, understand that it's building up, and once it comes out, it comes out. And one of the main ways to get a Taurus moon person especially mad is by touching their things. Like they take material possessions or just possessions in general so seriously. They're the type to like have a valuable possession they have for like years ago, and they'll still keep it and hold on to it. They're really like, they like to hold on to things, especially that have memories to them from the past, or something that has of high value. They like to have material things you could feel and touch. Like they rule the material world. I'm gonna keep saying this. So they like to have possessions. So if you touch their things, if you take something without asking them, especially with clothes, shoes, anything that they have that they own, because Taurus likes to own things. They're here on this earth. Like think of Taurus like a rich king or queen that's just like surrounded by expensive, high quality things, good food. Like they're just chilling, they're just stable, they don't have to worry about bills because they have money. Like they just like to relax. Like Taurus people just love luxury, relaxing, and good food. Very important as well. Good food is very important. Their taste buds, they just love pleasure. They're ruled by the senses, so they have really keen nose and a keen taste for things, and that's why they love expensive things too, because they have higher value than like less expensive things. So being a Taurus moon, food is very important to you. So because y'all love to be like, y'all love luxury, y'all love being relaxed, and y'all love just being surrounded by beautiful things, understand that you have a tendency sometimes to be on the lazy side. And I think back to the bull, which is represented by Taurus, the bull or a cow, how all they love to do is just be outside in nature and just enjoy life, eat food and chill. Like you just think of a cow, they out there eating grass, just chilling. Like it's chilling, chewing all slow, like moving slow, flapping their tail, like just enjoying nature. Taurus moon people, or earth signs in general, but especially Taurus because it's love and beauty, they love nature and natural scents and natural touches and natural feels. They love nature. Like being in nature for them is like they're at peace, because it's what they represent, what they rule, the earth. Like what the earth has to offer is what Taurus and earth signs are. So earth has to offer all the beautiful flowers that smell good. They love nature. So think back to the cow and the bull, they just want to chill. So if you have a Taurus moon, understand that you might go through phases of like you just don't want to do shit. Like you just want to be in your crib just chilling, like not doing nothing sometimes. Like you could be on the lazy side sometimes. but understand that you have that in you, so you could tell your subconscious mind. Like I said, subconscious mind is the mind that works in the background of who you are, kind of thing. Like, it just keeps all the patterns that you have been going through as a child or going through your whole life, and it works and it affects all your actions. Your subconscious mind is like your background mind. So if you don't know how to like train your subconscious mind, then you will be doing things and not knowing why you do them. So Taurus Moon, tell your subconscious mind, like, all right, so I have a tendency to be lazy. So whenever I'm like, if you haven't been out or haven't been to work calling out, if you haven't been doing anything for a long time, understand that, oh shit, I have a tendency to be lazy, so let me get up my ass and do something, kind of thing. And you have a tendency to be lazy. It's not your fault. It's just that the energy Taurus, they're just made, they were here just to be living in luxury. Like that's kind of lucky, because like you were here just to have like material things, money, and to have it for yourself. So understand that since you love possessions so much, your lesson is to not look at things as so much value, but to look at like people and to look at relationships with more value. Not saying that y'all don't, but sometimes they have a tendency to like look at people as possessions. Like, especially if you're dating them, they might want to like really like be on your shit. Like, they really like to see you as a possession. Like, I made a Taurus video, I'll put the link in the description too. But Taurus people, they just love to own things. They like to have things. They like to grab onto things, because they will not, that's where they find their stability in life, is to have things, to grab onto it. They could hold on to grudges too. They could keep it to themselves, but they hold on to things. They don't like letting things go, because when they let things go, they don't feel stable. So understand that. So if you're dating a Taurus Moon person, if you're the type that doesn't like to be tied down and doesn't like to be possessed like that, it wouldn't work out for you. But if you're the type that likes to have somebody that's a rock, somebody that's loyal, somebody that will take care of you, because Taurus Moon people, when they love you, especially with family members, because family is very important to Taurus Moon people as well. Taurus energy in general love being in the family realm. Like, they love being around family, because that's stability to them. So if they love you, if you're the family members, they will take care of you. And if they're giving you things, giving you gifts, sharing food with you, I'm gonna say it again, if they're sharing food with you, like, if they share that shit, then you're very high up on their list. They're really giving to people that they love and they're close to. But at the same time, they will look at you with high, like, they will make sure that you have to be loyal to them. Like, they have to rely on you the same way you can rely on them, kind of thing. Now, in my Taurus video, I talked about like the 3 main things you need for Taurus energy in general. So Taurus Moon people, the 3 main things, because they love to feel good and they love things that are luxurious and, high class, and, finer things in life, like the finer things in life, like the fine things. Like, I'm talking about the most tip top fine things in life. They just need good sex from you if you're dating them. They need good food, and I'm gonna keep saying this, the food, like, Taurus Moon people, tell them, like, comment down, food, very important, bro, very important. And they need good company, good conversations. They just need to feel stable in their environment. If you can supply that for a Taurus Moon person, you have somebody that's like very, very loyal to you, and that would ride for you for a very long time. So Taurus Moon people, they're ruled by Venus, so they're the type in relationships to be very romantic. Like, they're the type that loves to be, they're very sensual when they're like expressing themselves. They express themselves in a sensual way, meaning they love all the touching and the boo loving and the cuddling and all that extra. If you like all that extra, like, extra touching, all that extra romantic things in a relationship, Taurus Moon people will supply that for you, no problem. They love feeling close to their partner. They love feeling like, feeling one with their partner by touching them. They love smelling, like, they love just having that material possession. Not saying you're a material possession, but they love having that physical closeness. Not like physical closeness like Aries that just likes to, quick fast and likes the action of it. Taurus Moon people like to have you to say, oh, you're mine. I want to hold you, I want to touch you, like all that. So they're very romantic and very sensual when they express their love for somebody. Now, I talked about Cassie in the beginning. One thing that might happen a lot too, since they're slow to changing, and understand this about yourself too, like especially with your habits. If you have, like, everybody has habits, but since Taurus is so stuck in their ways sometimes, and they're very stubborn, and I'm gonna say it again, stubborn just means they don't like to change unless they want to. So if you're telling them to change, they're not going to change. They're not stubborn because they're not listening, but they're just not changing because they're not ready to change. But let's say if they start a relationship and it goes off, and it starts off like perfect, everything is good, and it takes them a long time to get in a relationship because they take a long time to make the decision, like, all right, do I want this person? Because when they make the decision, and this is where it kind of goes bad for them sometimes. Once they decide on somebody, and they're starting off good, they get stuck in that situation. So even if the relationship is like falling apart, like if it's not working out for them and they know it, they will still stay in that relationship. Like Cassie stayed with P. Diddy for more than 10 years without marriage. Like, I can't think of too many females that would stay with one guy that would not marry them for over 10 years. Like, damn. Taurus Moon. She just felt secure. I guess it started off good, and she just felt secure in that relationship, and she stayed for a very long time. I don't know if they're still together or not. That's not my business. I'm just giving y'all an example of how Taurus Moon people can really, like, when I say they're loyal, like, they can really, like, stay in a relationship and get stuck in a relationship or any situation. And at a job, they can have a job they have for like years. Like, they could get just like having something and just knowing that's gonna be there when they wake up. Very stable, very like practical too. Earth signs are all practical, so planning everything out, very stable, and they can get stuck in situations. So understand that about yourself, that, oh shit, this might not be for me. This is not serving me. And if you feel like it's not serving you, you should really try hard to, make the decision to change it. I know it's hard for y'all to change things because changing things, I'm not saying y'all don't change things, but it just takes y'all a very long time. So work on that. Like, work on knowing when something is not serving you, when something is not benefiting you, to like change the situation. I know it's scary because it's not stable and it's like, oh shit, I'm letting go of something, but everybody has something to work on. Like, that's something y'all can work on too, is like, if it's not helping you out, if it's not benefiting you, especially in relationships, like, just, find a way to just like to change the situation for yourself. And it's for yourself, like, just change it. So they're the type also, Taurus Moon people, to like, if money ain't right, if their job situation ain't right, if their money is not right, if their material possessions is not how they like, they will feel like really down about. They'll feel really like down about themselves. Like, they put material possessions on such a high pedestal that if they don't have it, they really look at themselves like they're not living their life how they should be. Because in their way, they feel like they deserve to be, they work hard. I'm not saying they're lazy. Like, they work hard so they can have the expensive life and the expensive things and the finer life, and to relax and to chill. So when they don't have that, then they really feel kind of depressed about themselves, and they're like, damn, I'm not worth anything. Like, so if you're feeling like that, understand that, it's okay. Like, money is not really, or material possessions is not really everything in life. I'm just saying this because I'm more on the spiritual side now. But I have my South Node in Taurus, and I'll talk about South Node or North Node, but just a little quick. South Node is like the past life you had, and North Node is like the life you're supposed to like try and go towards. So my South Node was in Taurus, so like my past life I was a Taurus, so I always had like a lot of things and material possessions. And now, since I'm going into North Node of Scorpio, I'm supposed to go into like the spiritual realm of life, and letting things go and trying to go and learn about like the spiritualness of life, and like what life is really about. So if you're a Taurus Moon, like, understand that you have a tendency to be very materialistic, but try to look at life more as in not the material object, but like what it represents, what it means, like relationships, people for who they are. Try not to like possess them and all that. But you have this is your Taurus is exalted in the moon, so you're emotion wise, you're very steady and stable. People rely on you to be that stable, steady rock. You're very steady and stable with your emotions. So when it comes to that, you're really good when it comes to all that. You're here to live the lavish lifestyle because you're ruled by First, we're ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty, and also Earth sign, which is all material possessions and money. So you're gonna accumulate a lot of material possessions for yourself. It's just gonna happen. That's how Taurus Moon people are. Now, Taurus usually have, since they're ruled by the throat, usually have a nice voice. They're usually very artistic. If you're a Taurus Moon person, you should like try to go towards making music, writing music, drawing, anything artistic that you could like express yourself artistically. Like Taurus is just anything Venus, anything you add Venus to, Taurus and Libra, just makes everything beautiful, makes everything graceful, makes things you put out appealing to people like easily. So make music, just express your art, like anything artistic that comes from within is like will be your passion, will be your purpose. Like that's just express your art, and it's just people are gonna love it just because your energy is Venusian, I would say. So that's basically it. If you're with Taurus Moon people, you're very fortunate because they're gonna be you're gonna have somebody you can rely on, like somebody that's gonna be there, somebody's gonna take care of you, especially materially. Like they really like to take care of their family when it comes to money or possessions or material realm, because that's what they rule, the materialness of life. Understand that you can be materialistic too, so work on that. If that's like if that's a road you're kind of going on, understand subconsciously like, all right, I have this energy inside me, so I can be materialistic. So I have to try and like work on that and slowly change that. So because I know it's not going to be easy for y'all just to change things like that. But when you do all that, you will feel fulfilled in your life. You understand yourself more in your life. You will know your life purpose and you feel more fulfilled. So that's it on the moon in Taurus. My next video is going to be moon in Gemini. I'm going to keep it coming for y'all. Appreciate all y'all for watching. You already know. If you subscribe, you already know I fuck with you. Appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for. The button is down there, I believe. Just go and handle that. Like, what? Yeah, just handle that. I'm going to catch y'all in my next video. Y'all be safe out here. Appreciate y'all. It's your boy Lil Finesse, the Jiggy Hippie. Catch y'all when I catch y'all. Peace.